Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Tiffany, retired librarian turned homeschool mom, and this is the first video in the official Allie Finkle Rules for Girls. I did an entire intro. You can check that out, kind of explain what this series is. But this is the first book in the series. No, I don't have a physical copy. I had to get it ebook. I actually had to buy it. So this is Moving Day. So in this book, we meet Allie Finkle. She is 9 years old. She's in the 4th grade. She lives in the suburbs with her parents. Her father is a professor at a university. Her mother is going back to working in admissions at the same university. She has 2 younger brothers. One is in 2nd grade. One is in kindergarten. So her parents, her mother's recently gone back to work because, again, her little brother's in kindergarten. So she probably was taking time off to get him through preschool and stuff like that. And the parents don't like the commute. The mother wants a fixer-upper. So they have bought a old Victorian house closer to the university. I think it's almost within walking distance. So, and they're moving out of the suburbs. Allie, of course, it's not like the beginning of a new school year. It's like the middle of the year. She doesn't indicate where they're at. She's not talking about warm clothing, so I'm assuming it's not freezing. But I do not know. In fact, when I was doing the intro, I was thinking back to the Princess Diaries, and I'm like, she didn't really talk about warm clothing and jackets. Not that I can remember all that much. But I'm guessing, again, they're not thinking about it. But from my recent reading of the 2nd book, I don't think it's that cold. I'm guessing it's full because she was wearing pants on her first day of school. So, but back to this book. So in Moving Day, you find out they're moving. She's not happy. She tries to stop it by messing around with a rock collection, which is just, she calls them geodes, but they're just a collection of rocks. Her mother says they cannot come. Her parents have promised her a kitten if she behaves, because they're obviously not happy. She's in 4th grade, 9 years old, is basically moving a half an hour away from her best friend, who then turns on her in this book when they find out she's meeting, because I think the best friend is having a birthday party. And she doesn't want the fact that Allie's moving to basically steal her thunder for her birthday. I'm guessing she's turning 9 or 10. I can't remember exactly. But again, she's very much, her friend is very much a drama queen. And cries at the drop of the hat. And Allie's, I mean, this is the only girl who lives within walking distance of her. That's why they are friends. Everybody else kind of lives further away, where she cannot get to easily. So you have that drama going on. Their parents are showing them the house. It's, we're moving. No, you don't have a choice. Please behave. She has whole big drama with another girl in her class's cat. Their purebred gets away. Near the end of the book, they find out the purebred came back, but came back pregnant. Obviously not with the purebred. So Allie's going to get one of those kittens. Because her parents promised her a kitten, so she's excited about that. She does have you kind of get a feel for what's going to be happening. You meet Erica, who's her next door neighbor, who's her age, who has an older sister and brother. She's going to be able to walk to school. She kind of first interacts with some of the kids in what's going to be her new class, because again, they can walk to school and they can walk home for lunch. So that's kind of the plus. And I believe her parents will be there. Obviously, she's 9. And you have the kindergartner, who is, I'm trying to brain, my child is getting close to that age. Kindergartners are officially 5 or 6. So I'm guessing he's about 5 years old. So that's, mom and dad are gonna have to be home. Though I do believe Allie walks him to school when it starts, because again, he's 5. And then, of course, she has a 2nd grader who's trying to think of the 2nd grader. I think that's 7. I think it's 7. I think that's where my nephew's at. I think he's in 2nd grade. My niece is actually about a year older than Allie Finkle right now. By the time you see this, she will in fact be a full year older. She's turning 11 this year. By the time you see this, she will be in fact 11. In fact, I'm filming this in March. Her birthday's in April, so she will be turning 11. She's currently 10. So, but again, she's a bit older than Allie, and her brother's about 3 years younger. So my child is 3. By the time you see this, she'll be 4. But she's still little. Moving on. But it's an interesting kind of introduction to what's been going on. Her mother's refinishing this house. Allie thinks the attic is haunted. The neighborhood next door, Erica's brother, tries to convince them that there's crazy people. Her parents drag them up there. The only scary thing is that a bunch of old Christmas cards, which they take out of the attic and get rid of. And the kids actually have their own floor. So they have their own space completely. So some of her brothers are excited. Their parents are trying to make her excited, and she's dealing with all this drama. So that's really what this is focusing on. She's 9 years old. She's having to change schools in the middle school year. She's going to have to make new friends, interact with a new teacher, interact with a new home that she's not particularly fond of. She's excited about getting a new kitten. But there's a lot of, again, it's very much the focus of a upper middle class white girl living in a university town, and the drama that goes on in her life. In similarity to the Princess Diaries, again, this is what you're seeing this through the eyes of this young girl. So the wider range of the world of other worries does not affect her. She's just pretty much focused on her social life and a kitten and moving. So that's really what this sets up. It's an interesting little book. Again, it's a little over 200 pages. It really is focusing on this demographic for these preteen age and what matters to them. So that is it for this review. If you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe. I have covered Meg Cabot's Princess Diaries as well as the Notebooks of a Middle School Princess. So those had happened earlier this year. I also covered by the time you guys see this, the Quarantine Princess, which is the newest book in the Princess Diaries series, more the adult version. As of this, it has not come out yet. So when you see that review, it will look very, very different from everything else, particularly the background, because it will be this background that you see now. But that's because it has not come out yet. So I covered the Guardians of Ga'Hoole, which is what was going on before this. I'm going back to Catherine Lasky, who's the author of Guardians of Ga'Hoole, which is owls, to cover both her wolves and then her polar bears. So that's the book series that are coming up near the end of the year, along with a bunch of mystery stuff, along with a whole bunch of other stuff incoming. My books, I am covering more series next year. I'm going in depth with the Anne of Green Gables. I'm covering the graphic novels of the Animorphs. I'm covering Boxcar Children this year, and then I'm going into the Wings of Fire series near the end of the year. So that's what's planned. This year I had covered the Princess Diaries, the two first series of Tamora Pierce, which is the Lioness Rampant, or the Song of the Lioness Quartet, and the Immortals. I have previously covered the Circle of Magic, and the Circle Opens, and the Will of the Empress. Those have been covered if you want to go back and check my Tamora Pierce stuff. Then I went into the Guardians of Ga'Hoole, and now I'm here with Allie Finkle. And then we're going there, back to Catherine Lasky. So, along with a bunch of other stuff from Black History Month to Irish History Month to Caribbean American History Month to Jewish American History Month to vaccines and unicorns. And I cover a bunch of stuff this year. And we're going into mysteries, and we'll be doing more mysteries next year. So, like and subscribe, leave a positive comment if you have one. Thank you.